Hello, this is Slowrider from the Slowrider Garage. This is the final episode of the Termignoni Dragster install onto the 2023 Ducati Diavel V4, which is sitting here. So this is the Slowrider Ducati here. It's got the custom Slowrider livery, so I like this fluorescent yellow color, so that's kind of my color I picked. So what I did is I did the final piece of the install, assembled the Termignoni exhaust, put it on the headers, installed the heat shields here and here, and it's kind of like one of those, comes in four carbon fiber pieces, the heat shield, and you kind of have to, it goes on pretty easy. Basically, you put the two screws here, you put a few screws here, and then there's three other pieces that you fit the side and the back and the bottom, and you put it loose, and then you just tighten up the bolts alternately, and it just tightens itself and pulls itself on. So here's what we took off. This is the stock Diavel V4 exhaust. Unfortunately, this piece is just a fake. If you take this off, there's just a big hole here. So this is just one big catalytic converter. Here's the front header. Here's the rear header. So this side is the two front cylinders, and that's the two rear cylinders. Here's the this is the dreaded butterfly valve here. I already had to have that replaced, the servo motor, under warranty because it broke. That broke at about 10,000 miles. It was probably going to break again. It seemed like it was sticking, and so I just kind of thought, you know, I need a new muffler. So I just, I'll keep this one. If I need to put it back on, I can. This is the Termignoni installation guide. I think you could just get that online and download it. Yeah, and I want to thank, yeah, I paid for everything myself, but the Moto Million guys are who I got this from, so I really appreciate that. They gave me a few tips and tricks on how to install it. So these are the leftover pieces here. So basically how this thing is held on, just simply, there's a clamp here and a clamp here. You take those two clamps off, and then there's a bolt here and a bolt here, and this, and it basically just falls off the bottom here. It just drops that down out of there, and then the Termignoni, if you look, it just you bolt it, you put the flange here and the flange here, and then there's 5 or 6 bolts you tighten up. So it's actually not too bad. So once I got it installed, I took out the DB killers here. These are the DB killers. So they're held in by one bolt. So these just go in. If you want to put those in, you just put them in here like that. They stick. I got the bolt in, then you could just screw that in, and so that'll basically quiet it down if you want. So those are for. So these are the leftover pieces. So this piece was that was the piece here to cover the hydraulic brake, but it's built into the heat shield, so you got to take that piece off. Sorry, it feels like that. This goes up, so that's all built into the heat shield. And then this piece here was the piece that was right here. And again, that's replaced. That was the heat shield for this guy. And that's pretty much it for the pieces. So everything else you reuse except for these two pieces. I guess since I got the mirrors out, I did replace the mirrors. As you can see with these mirrors from Moto Million, they're very nice. What's nice about those mirrors, I got wide shoulders, so these mirrors only go to here, and these mirrors go out farther. So half of this mirror, half of the mirror I couldn't see because I see my shoulders. So I got wide shoulders. So even though these are smaller, they're better because those other mirrors were blocked. I can only see like about that much of them. So these are out there so you can see. And these are nice too because they flip up and they flip down. So they're pretty cool actually. So if you want to go through traffic, you go like that. If you want to see, you go like that, or you can run with them down. You can look cool if you want to be Mr. Cool. You can run with them down or up, or they're pretty nice. And they also swivel so you can adjust it. So Slow Rider likes the mirrors, loves the exhaust. One trick to save some time, you do not. I've also upmapped this with the T800 upmap. So that process, I could make a video if people want, but Moto Millions has a good video. They do this. It's just a bunch of pecking at your. There's an app that goes on your cell phone. There's an upmap, and then you go to the website. You have to purchase the upload map. I think it was like $150. I thought I could get it for free, but I couldn't. So it wasn't too bad. So you pay $150, and it takes about 5 minutes to download and then 5 minutes to upload. So it takes about 5 minutes to download off the internet for the firmware and everything, and then that's another 5 minutes to upload. So it's just because the Bluetooth is slow. That's all. It's not a big deal. And then the baud rate to the bike is slow. It's by kilobits, so it's fine. So just be patient. It'll take about 5 minutes to download and then 5 minutes to upload onto your bike. So anyways, what else I want to say? Oh yeah, so there's the servo motors here that opens, and there's a servo motor and there's a motor that just turns, and it's the thing that opens and closes it. So this stays closed until about, I think, 4,000 RPMs, and then it opens up. So it creates a lot of power bog for the catalytic converter to stay hot. And then here's the cable here. It goes back here from the servo, and it opens and closes. So what I did, all you have to do is you got to loosen. You take these nuts off. There's one here and there's one here, and this whole cable comes loose. So when the muffler drops down, it's on the ground and it's got the cable connected to it. So what do? You know? So what you do is, it's just like a bicycle. You come in here and you just push the cable and you pull it, and it just pops out. It's almost just like one of those bicycle, exact same thing. So that just pops out, and there's a little washer here that pops it on. And then what I did is it just tucks up in there, and I haven't had a problem with it. So, and I left the servo motor in, so that way if you want to, because this is really, I took this all off and it's really difficult to get that motor out. So I just left it in there, and it's all hooked up. So if you wanted to, you could just, all you have to do is take off the Termignoni and then put this on and put that in, and you're done. So and reflash it with this, and you'd be back to factory. So it would that'd probably take like an afternoon. I could return it back to its original state. So instead of taking that servo motor out, just leave it in there. And I've run the bike about 100 miles. I have the first start and another short video that I did the first start on, but I'll start it up now. So what else did I do? Yeah, I think that's about it. So it was successful. Oh, and the special tools I had to use, I'll just refresh. I had the stubby, the famous stubby, I think I put that somewhere, the stubby 4mm to get the heat shield on. But I'm thinking I'll just leave it. I like the way that looks, so you can see the exhaust. So I might not put the heat shield on, just because I like it. I was going to leave these off, but I put them back on because I think this cowling sucks in cold air from the aerodynamic effect. So I put that back on. I wasn't sure if that was going to overheat the bike. So let's fire this thing up and see how it sounds. Okay, definitely sounds more like a beast now. Well, I got to put it neutral. That'd be good. That would have been a bummer, huh? if it blew through the blew through the back of my house here. Okay, let's go. Let's start this thing up. So there you go. It now says slow rider, messed up, but there you go. So that's it. The success sounds awesome. So I'll make some videos in the upcoming weeks on driving on the freeway. And when you shift this thing, it sounds cool. So anyways, slow rider out.